Hello, and welcome back to the next of our sessions to help scaffold really positive revision for Year 11 and Year 13 students. I'm going to talk to you today about a system called Look, Cover, Write, Check. And the reason that this is so useful is that we're trying to move away from busy work that's not particularly effective to really high impact revision strategies. So we know that lots of students will like to make revision notes, and that's a good thing to do. But what we need to avoid is the temptation and the falling back into bad habits of using a revision resource and just copying information from one place to another. That's really not a high impact revision strategy. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch that sort of thing up a little bit. And this could be done in a number of different ways. It could be with notes, it could be with flashcards, it could be with revision mind maps. I'm going to use an example today of a revision mind map with Look, Cover, Write, Check. So how the system works, it's really simple. It looks like this. You take your revision resource. I've just got a simple textbook here. And I'm going to start my revision mind map by titling, I'm looking at RE, best subject around. So we know that we're going to want to be spending a lot of our revision time on that. So I'm looking at Christian beliefs and practices to do with marriage. Now, I'm going to spend a good deal of time studying the material carefully. While I'm doing that, I'm not making any notes at all. We're avoiding just transferring information from one place to the next. So I study really carefully. I take my time with it. I try and remember. I might repeat things. I might look over things twice. And when I'm finished, I cover it over or I put it away. Then I'm going to try and get everything from my mind onto my mind map. So the key things that I have put together that I'm remembering, and I'm going to scribble them all down. It doesn't need to be neat, it doesn't need to be tidy. Revision sometimes isn't, right? It's the process of learning that's really, really important. Once I've got everything that I can remember, I'm going to go back and I'm going to check my original source. And I'm going to go back and just check, have I got things right? And here's a really, really good tip. Anything that I've missed out, I'm going to change colors. And I'm going to add things in that I have missed out in a second color. And what that does is it doesn't just help this kind of self-testing that's really important for high quality revision. It also means that we're identifying the things that are harder for us to remember. So the next time I come back to look at my revision resource, the thing that I've made, I've got not just the things that I kind of remembered really well. I've also got in a different color code things that I was struggling to remember. And what that does is it means when I come back to look, I know which areas I need to focus on first to make sure that I'm really kind of targeting my revision to where it's most needed. You can then use your revision mind map again, perhaps a second time, to do Look, Cover, Write, Check. Rather than returning to the textbook again, you might study your revision mind map, cover that over, and start from scratch. Check your two. If you're missing the same material twice, if your kind of forgetful color is appearing more than once for the same material, you've got a really clear indication of where you need to go back to your teacher maybe and ask for an extra explanation to help you with your understanding to make sure that you're recalling things accurately. Hope that's a really useful tip for you. I'll see you again next time.